Boys and girls, today for math class we are naming and composing angles. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to review how to name an angle, because that really becomes a key part of how to compose angles. So let's start with naming angles. Take a look at the angle I have drawn here on the screen for you. Angle ABC. Okay, that's typically how we would name that angle. Its name is ABC. The reason it is ABC is because B is right here. It's at the vertex of the angle. The two sides of the angle meet at the vertex, like we've learned in the past. And so therefore this is the midpoint. So this will always be the middle of our name. It's their middle initial or middle name. Angle A, B, C. Now, we could also call this angle C, B, A. Again, keeping B in the middle because it's at the vertex. Whatever letter is at the vertex is the letter that goes in the middle of the name. So again, angle A, B, C, or angle C, B, A. We would not start with the letter B. However, we can leave it just angle B. Take a look. We can see we can call it angle. We use that symbol for angle. This is angle A, B, C, written like this. This is angle C, B, A, would be written like this one. Or, if you don't want to write all three letters, a shortcut version would be angle B. And again, it's called angle B because B is at the vertex. So that's a quick review on how to name our angles, because now we're going to compose angles. We're actually going to take two angles and put them together. That's what composing does. We can compose music, we can compose math problems, we can create and build things. So we're going to build angles today. We're going to compose angles. Let's take a look. We're going to talk about something called adjacent angles. We say that two angles are adjacent when they share a common side. Think about that. Look at the example here. And let me read that again. We say that two angles are adjacent when they share a common side. Here's an angle right here. Here's a second angle here to here. So this is the common side that they are sharing. The red line is the common side because it belongs to this angle and it belongs to this angle. So they share a common side. We say they're adjacent. When two adjacent angles join together, a third angle is formed by the sides that are not common. So wait a minute now. I have an angle from here to here. I have an angle from here to here. And now I have an angle from here all the way over to here. So we actually now have three angles. We have this angle right here, 1. Here's another angle, 2. And here's the third angle, 3, all the way out here. To find the measure of the third angle, we find the sum of the two adjacent angles. So I don't need a protractor because they've given me enough information. Now, if they don't give me the information, I might need a protractor. But take a look at this. I know how big this angle is. From here to here, this is a 75-degree angle because it's written right here. They've measured it for me. This angle from here to here is 30 degrees. Okay, so if I put both of those together, the 75 degrees from here to here and the 30 degrees from here to here, will that tell me the measure of this third angle? Of course it will. From 75 and 30, add them together. Altogether, this is a 105-degree angle. Notice how the measure of the angle is written inside the angle. That's going to be really important. You've got to notice. They'll tell you, here it is. This is 75 degrees. This one's 30 degrees. At some point, maybe they'll only give you this one, and they'll tell you all of this one, and you'll have to figure out this one. That's in the future. So pay attention to certain things about this because that's what we're practicing today. We are going to be composing angles. Let's take a look. They've done some for us. This is right out of your student activity book from school. Okay, we have angle A, B, D. Do you see it? Angle A to B to D, and that is 45 degrees. We also have angle D, B, C, 45 degrees. What about angle A, B, C? Oh, so that's this one plus this one for a total of 45 and 45, 90 degrees. Let's take a look at another one. Number 2, we have angle E, F, H being 30 degrees, an acute angle. We have angle H, F, G is 60 degrees, another acute angle. What would angle E, F, G be totaled? So add up this angle, 60 degrees, plus this angle, 30 degrees. 60 plus 30 gives us 90 degrees, which gives us a right angle. So two acute angles with the measures of 30 and 60 have formed a right angle for us. Did you notice over here? Same thing. 45 degrees plus 45 degrees, 90 degrees, a right angle. Oh, let's look at this one. Here is angle J, K, M. 90 degrees, right angle. Here is angle M, K, L. 90 degrees, a right angle. What would angle L, M, J be? What would the measure be? L to M, 90 degrees. M to J, 90 degrees. Together, this is a straight angle because it's straight across 90 plus 90 for 180 degrees. Number 4, angle N, P, R. Wow, that's an obtuse angle. That's 130 degrees. Angle R, P, Q is 50 degrees. So that means angle Q, P, N is 180 degrees. Oops. Q, P, N. 130 plus 50, there's another straight angle for 180 degrees. All right, so question number 5. An angle is made from two angles with measures of 80 degrees and 70 degrees. They would want you to write and solve an equation to find the measure of the whole angle. So what would be an 80-degree angle plus a 70-degree angle put together? 80 plus 70 would be 150 degrees. That would be the measure of the whole angle. So, watch me as I try and compose some angles, and you can follow along and see how I do it. All right, so we have an angle here. And first thing we need to practice is making sure that we label our angles. So I'm going to put a dot here, and we'll do it simple first. We'll say A, B, C. All right? And if I tell you that the angle here is greater than 90 degrees, it's slightly bigger, I've already measured it. This angle, this whole thing right here, altogether is 94 degrees. Okay, so that's a 94-degree angle. Now, if I want to compose another angle in there, if I want to add an angle, I could either take it right through here, or I could add it out this way, or I could add it down this way. So I'm going to use a different color marker, and I'm going to add to my angle. What if I take my angle, I'm going to use a ruler so it's nice and straight for you. Oh, that's still blue. Try red. And I take the angle here, and I extend it out this way, and say that this is angle D, B, A. Now let's make sure we can name our angles, okay? So we're sure we're still practicing naming our angles. We have angle A, B, C. That's one angle. Here's another angle, C to B to D. There's a second angle. Then this angle, D to B to A, is going to be our biggest angle because we're combining this one and this one. I didn't get a chance to measure this one. What if I said this was 15 degrees? So now I've got one angle that's 94 degrees, an angle that's 15 degrees, and I want to know how big angle ABD is. Should I add 15 plus 94? And that will tell me the angle of ABD. Didn't even need a protractor, okay? Because it's labeled for me 94 degrees plus 15 degrees. Can anybody do that in their heads? 109. That angle ABD, angle ABD is 109 degrees. Let's try another one. Okay, here we have angle LMN. This was already measured by me earlier. This is 120 degrees. No, I'm sorry, 110. Sorry, 110 degrees. Okay, so I have an angle there that's 110 degrees. What if I compose another angle in there? What if this time I take my angle this way and I compose an angle going up this way? We'll make this one letter K. I know the whole thing is 110 degrees. Now I have to figure out, well, how much is this side and this side of 110? So I know that angle LMN is 110 degrees. If this side of it is 50 degrees, how much is this side of it? The whole thing is 110. Part of it is 50. So therefore the other part would need to be 60 degrees. So I've composed an angle, two angles, making a third angle. Angle LMK, angle KMN, and angle MML. And I've created composed angles. Now, on the back of the board, I went even crazier. Look at this. So on the back of the board, I went ahead and did this a few minutes ago so that you could see that you can compose angles and solve for a lot of angles. So I have angles like crazy. Let's see. I have angle H to B to A. And that measure right here is 60 degrees. If I look at this part of the angle A to B and then up to C, that part is only 15 degrees. I have angle C, B, D. That angle is 75 degrees. And then I have angle D, B, E. And that angle is 40 degrees. Sorry, that should be 65. So I have created angles. I've composed several angles. Add them all together, 60 and 40 is 100, plus 65, plus 15. That's 180 from here to here. There's another straight angle composed of 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. We can compose angles. We can add them together to create a new angle. That's our lesson for today. There's no assignment for you to do today because tomorrow we're going to decompose these angles and then we'll have a project to do along with that. So for today, just remember we need to practice naming angles and composing angles because tomorrow we are going to decompose some of these angles and then we'll take our learning from there. Have a good day.